Hey, what's up? This is a demo video for one of my own sabers. This is my Starkiller. This is highly modified. This is from a kit that you've got to do a lot of the things yourself anyway. This thin neck kit comes from Jeremy Jackson over at Cloud City Sabers. He doesn't make them anymore though, so it's very hard to find these. And it's made to go with a Graflex 2.0 kit or 2.5, which those are hard to find now too. So this is very special to me. I've been trying to make one of these since I've been in the hobby. This is probably the fourth one I've had, you know, that I've made, and I wasn't happy with the other three, so I sold them off. And then this one, you know, I finally got one that I love, but this was a team effort. My buddy Joe Hernandez over at Darkside Custom Sabers made this crystal chamber for me. We traded some work, and he did an absolutely outstanding job. I sent him the crystal. I found this double pointed crystal at a metaphysical store here in Boise. I put that in the oven for about 10 minutes on 350, and then I dunked it in cold water to induce all that cracking that you see in the crystal. And it just helps with light diffusion. It looks awesome. But then I sent this crystal over to Joe, and he just knocked this crystal chamber out of the park. So I am waiting for one last piece. I've got a Graflex clamp coming that I'll cut up and I'll heat stain, and it will get JB welded over here on the handle. I've been waiting for that guy for like 3 or 4 weeks, probably more than that. And it hasn't come in yet. And I look at this thing every day, so I just wanted to show it off. I put a lot of work into this guy. It looks old. Try to make it look old and rusty. Some rust here along the screws, along this piece. Periodically, just throughout, you can see a little bit of rust here too. And then I custom printed this chassis in clear resin. This is installed with a Proffie V2. Proffie V2, removable battery, obviously. Spring side here, negative. I say that so many times to other people, now I'm demoing my own saber and I'm saying it to myself. So yeah, the spring side is your negative. Smuggler's Outpost, 28mm speaker. What you can't see in here very well is right here and right here on the inside of the battery cradles. I've got two small, I think they're 3030 LED strips. I can't remember the names of them, but they're tiny, and I got them on both sides so I can light this chassis up. And then these LED strips in here are wired in line with the main blade. So main blade and this will do the exact same thing, and then my crystal, my pixel for my crystal is wired independently. So I've got a few sound fonts on here from my buddy Preston over at Syndicate Sound Fonts, and let's throw a battery in it.
My ally is the Force.
Now, we'll turn it on real quick. So you can see this is wired in line with my CCSabers in here, but I got my crystal doing a little something different. For those of you who watch my videos, you know a lot of the fallen sabers, like the one I just did from Nevin, on my 89 sabers that I do, and I like the pommel. I got this cool blade style from Joe again, or I'm sorry, over here from Joe, that gives off that broken circuitry, and I just kind of fell in love with that, man. I think it looks really cool, so I put that for this crystal on a couple of these sound fonts. But let's throw a handle on. I just think this chassis, though, does exactly what I wanted it to do. And it does say Solo Sabers over here. You probably won't see that very well in Arabesh, and then it says in Arabesh it does say Starkiller over here. You kind of see it right there. This takes a 7/8 inch blade, like the 2.0s did. So what I did for a blade retention is, you know, on the Starkiller they only have the brass prongs on one side, and then the other side doesn't have anything. So I utilized one of these holes actually for an M3 grub screw, and that is my blade retention on that top one right there. Kind of hard to see because I made that a black grub screw, but I thought that was a good place to utilize for blade retention, so that's what I did. I've got that sticking in the chamber just a hair, so that way I don't have to screw it and unscrew it every time. I put it in the blade chamber just a bit to where I have to really press this blade past it, and I don't have to mess with it. But it sounds good. These holes even light up, right? Next one.
Dark Jedi.
I was just trying a little something different for the crystal here. I do like to play with the config file in this guy a lot. I haven't nailed down exactly what I like yet, but it's just a work in progress.
I will give you so much more.
This is Exegol. So if you swing the saber on it, you'll go right past the intro to igniting this saber. But if you just hit the activation button,
What could you
get this.
give me? Everything.
See the cracks in that crystal? And then a fire blade. But I did the same thing to the crystal. So yeah, that's my Starkiller. I think it's pretty cool. Take the battery out real quick. We'll just fire up this fire font with the chassis off, or with the handle off. And now that chassis is on fire. It's ridiculous. Anyway, yeah, once that clamp comes in for my handle and I get to put that on, this guy is pretty much done and gets put in my collection forever. And you know, this was always been a unicorn saber for me. So thanks for watching.